A man came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and said, "Who of these fights for Allah's cause? A man fighting to achieve war gains, a man fighting so as to gain reputation, and a man fighting so as to be recognized." The Prophet, peace be upon him, answered, "The one who fights so that Allah's word will reign supreme is the one fighting for Allah's cause." What this hadith tells us is that a person who fights for any material or mental gain, such as enhancing his standing among his people and being described as a hero, does not serve Allah's cause, even though he may be fighting the enemies of Islam. Allah's word is supreme when people are truly free, undeterred by any force from believing in the divine faith should they wish to embrace it. Islam does not compel anyone to accept it, but at the same time it does not accept that any force should stand in the way of people if they wish to believe in it. It lays down a fundamental and basic principle. There shall be no compulsion in, acceptance of, the religion. The right course has become clear from the wrong. 2:256. Say, the truth is from your Lord, so whoever wills, let him believe, and whoever wills, let him disbelieve. 1829. All Muslims are required to explain Allah's message to all people. They should inform them of it and make clear what Allah wants. That they should believe in His oneness, and that He has no partners. They are then left free to believe in it or reject it. They are accountable for their choice. When some power takes action to compel people to reject the divine faith, preventing them physically from believing in Allah, the Muslims must, if they have adequate means, remove such tyranny and ensure people's freedom of choice. This is the purpose of jihad, whether it is undertaken in self-defense or in pursuit of the truth. Therefore, Islam establishes certain values and requires the Muslims to abide by them when they fight, whether they are commanders or ordinary soldiers. They set out in Allah's name and have no purpose other than to earn His pleasure. Allah does not accept that anyone should suffer injustice. Therefore, Muslims must observe these values, clearly stated in the Prophet's instructions to the commanders he sent out on missions and in the instructions given by his rightly guided successors. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, sent out an expedition, he instructed them as follows. Move on by Allah's name and for Him, following the faith of Allah's messenger. Do not kill an elderly person, a child, or a woman. Do not plunder. Put together any war gains you make. Pursue the right course and do things well, for Allah loves those who do well. Human history, both recent and old, is full of cases of armies launching surprise attacks on peaceful villages and towns, killing, raping and looting. Muslim armies, by contrast, have to observe the highest moral standards of Islam. This is made absolutely clear in the letter of instructions given by the second caliph, Umar ibn al-Khattab, to his army commander Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas and his army. I command you and your soldiers to remain God-fearing in all situations. To be God-fearing is the best support you may have against your enemy and the best plan in war. I counsel you and your soldiers to guard against all sinful actions more than you guard against your enemy. Sinful action is more detrimental to an army than their enemy. Muslims earn Allah's support because of their enemies' disobedience of Allah. Had it not been so, we would not be a match for them. We lack their numbers and their equipment. Should we stand on equal terms with them in regard to disobeying Allah, they will overpower us. If we cannot achieve victory through being the better side morally, we cannot win by our force alone. Learn that as you move on, you are accompanied by angels appointed by Allah, and these angels watch what you do. Therefore, remain shy of them and refrain from committing sin when you are on a mission to serve Allah's cause. Pray to Allah to help you against self-temptation just as you pray Him to grant you victory against your enemy. I pray Him to grant this to us and you. These values continued to be upheld by Muslims when they fought their enemies over many centuries. History does not record a single incident of a Muslim army plundering a city, looting and killing civilians. Yet recent history, particularly in our modern times, has witnessed massacres committed in Muslim countries. However, these are perpetrated by dictators who recognize neither Islamic values nor human values, and honor no covenant in their treatment of believers or unbelievers. These values are clearly consistent with the basic mission Allah has assigned to the Muslim community, which is the advocacy of the divine faith. Islam is a message of goodness that Allah wants to be delivered, in complete purity, to all mankind. It cannot reach them in such clarity unless Muslims abide by its values and other people realize that this is all due to their faith and their observance of its principles and teachings.